So what's the difference between New Zealand investor visa and Australia investor visa? Now, first of all, everybody would know that Australia's already shut down the investment visa on its surface. So 188 visa, 132 visa, all gone. Okay, so we don't have investor visa now. However, there is a special pathway for investors under the National Innovation Visa, and the allocation is 1,000 numbers. So 1,000 allocation will be given to investors and entrepreneurs. Now, the first question will be, what is the difference with that? That is NIV and that is investor. And how about the New Zealand investment visa? So New Zealand investment visa, you understand that's 1 million, 2 million investment visa. Of course, that's another one, which is 5 million, significant one, which is similar to 188C. 1 million investment visa is most important. You only can apply for the permanent residency after 3 years. So it's not a permanent visa. You can see this is not a permanent visa, it's a temporary visa. So temporary visa is you invest into 1 million, then you will get, you will apply permanent residency after 3 years. If you invest into 2 million, then you can apply after 1 year. However, the business must be running for another 2 years, which is 3 years. So ultimately, you have to run a company for 3 years. And you can only purchase companies that it's already operated more than 5 years, which is understandable because you cannot purchase for a purpose of just making up a story and then just build a story right now and purchase from somewhere else. The company itself has to be operate for more than 5 years. The details of what do we mean by operate for 5 years has not been reviewed yet, because you can say a registered company but sold last year. Is the company operate for 1 year or more than 5 years? You don't know. So the definition of, by the way, I'm a licensed New Zealand immigration advisor. So I'm qualified to provide advice for New Zealand immigration as well, and especially for investment visa. Now, if you imagine this way, you can see that Australia's Global Talent National Innovation Visa, with the investment pathway there, the requirement is, of course, minimum of 1 million, isn't it? Makes sense, isn't it? It's a permanent residency. And then do you think they're going to give you a permanent residency without that consideration? However, because it's not investment visa, National Innovation Visa is not investment visa, meaning the threshold no longer become the difference. Okay, so you can't say, oh, okay, give you 5 million, then they will give me permanent residency. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't really matter about how much you invest. The most weight, it's really about whether the business itself is scalable, it's innovative, and it can bring benefit to Australian society. So you can't purchase any like coffee shop, even 5 million, that is not approved business, isn't it? We need to focus on what we consider innovative. Another video already explained what do you mean by innovation. Innovation is really about how much likely you're gonna do things differently. You solve a same question with a different method, or you use a different question, you say, existing methodologies. Or it doesn't have to be invention, right? So innovative is something really exciting. I think first of all, innovation is inevitable, right? You have no way, because you can't either stand still, you can either move forward or move backward. If you don't move forward, you'll be moving backward. So scalable and innovative, and that's going to bring to Australia's benefits. And the difference between National Innovation's investment route to New Zealand route is that New Zealand is really like 188 visa. They don't really care about the candidate's background, what they do. Are they an innovative person or not? Or are the business innovative or not? They don't put a lot of weight on their past. Okay, they place a lot of weight on the future. They will say, come here first, invest, and then do the business 3 years. I might consider give you permanent residency. National Innovation Visa, however, they place a lot of weight on both. One, it's your past records. Are you consider a good candidate for us? Do you have a track record on outstanding achievement in your past? And then that in the future, are you going to bring benefit to Australia? So you can see they are very similar in terms of investment, okay? There's differences between that, what they waste innovation. Now, of course, you understand. Your question is, what do you mean by you don't even say how much we need to invest, You don't even say like what kind of business I can invest. I don't know the requirement. In fact, the state government received lots of applications so far, including South Australia and New South Wales. Okay, but so far they haven't been issuing a lot of invitations, nominations so far. Maybe just 20 in total. So it's a lot less considering the amount of 1,000, isn't it? So we are considering this way. The business has to be innovative in a way that's really helps something that is in foreseeable future. It's going to dramatically change our future. It can be biotech, it can be AI, it can be it can be any sectors, right? There's no limit in terms of sectors. It can be infrastructure. It has to be sizable ability to scale. Okay, so if someone, your background, you have intellectual properties and then you did well, I think Australia can be a very good option for you. However, if you're an investor or entrepreneur, that your business is in the traditional industry, such as fashion design, such as something like a restaurant, something like design or traditional business, it doesn't really relate to advanced technology, and you wish to invest, but you did acquire a considerable amount of funds through the past work experience or investment, you can consider, however, to New Zealand pathway. So really good cases what we consider it's whether or not you meet national innovation requirement or not. If you meet that requirement, I would say this is a priority. Okay, go for it. No problem with that. That's the Australia one. Now, if you come to New Zealand, I understand that is, your fund is legally required. Are you able to transfer this amount to purchase business? Is the business going to be really good for you, able to run at least for 3 years, isn't it? So that is a difference. Now, if your situation, your business, you're not sure about that, you're not sure, you consider yourself as a small business, I think the New Zealand pathway is the best for you. Now, of course, we want to understand whether or not, first of all, it's not just purchasing business. It's really about whether you're able to run the business successfully, because you don't want to go, you want to have a profit, you're able to maintain the business for at least 3 years. And the most important part is really the first few years may be very difficult for you because of the amount of manpower you need for the new business. So comparing to New Zealand and Australia's investment visa, the key requirement for the difference is that for Australia one, you have to have a track record of you being successful entrepreneur investor. And for the New Zealand one, you don't have to have heavy weight on your past, but they have a heavy weight in the future. You can invest into franchisees or coffee shops, things like that. You can't invest into something make a real deal. Okay, so I hope this one helps you. So next video, I'm going to compare UK's talent visa to Australia's talent visa. Stay tuned.